All right, we're heading to southern Ethiopia to explore a system of government so unique, it's literally designed to give power away. It's a truly ancient idea, but you know what? It might just hold some incredibly powerful lessons for our modern world about leadership, community, and our relationship with the environment.
And just last year, in 2023, this very system stepped onto the world stage. Not as some relic of the past, but as something that's very much alive. It might just have some lessons for our future.
And this is why. UNESCO didn't just add a beautiful landscape to its World Heritage List. No, they recognized the entire cultural system behind it. Their words? A living cultural tradition of outstanding universal value. So what on earth makes this system so special?
Well, it all boils down to this one fundamental question. In a world where leaders often fight tooth and nail to gain and keep power, how do you build a system that's designed to do the exact opposite? The Gedeo people did just that, creating a government built on the peaceful and required handover of power.
So yeah, this isn't just about a stunning landscape. The real World Heritage idea here is the system of governance that shaped it in the first place. The people who created all this are the Gedeo. And what you're looking at, it's no ordinary farm. It's a multi-layered forest garden that produces coffee and food, supporting a really dense population, all completely sustainably. This isn't some accident in nature. It's a direct result of their unique social and political system.
So how does it work? Well, the core of the Balei system is kind of like a clock that's constantly ticking down on power. Every 8 years, leadership has to be passed on, like a baton in a relay race. It's not optional. It's the law of the land.
So here's the central idea. Society is organized into these things called age grades. You can think of them as different stages of life. Every man moves through these grades, and political power isn't held by one person or one family, it's attached to one specific grade.
This slide here, it really lays it all out. It's basically a roadmap for a life of public service. You start at the bottom, learning and preparing, then you hit the 5th grade, Luba. That's your 8-year term in charge. And after that, you're not just cast aside. No way. You become an elder, a mentor, passing on your knowledge. Finally, you reach a respected retirement. It's just a brilliant system that ensures experience is valued and power is never, ever permanent. The key to the whole thing is the Luba grade. This is the government, the decision makers. They hold power for exactly 8 years, led by their supreme leader, the Abu Ghidada. And when their time is up, it's up. The next group steps in, and the cycle continues. There are no extensions and absolutely no exceptions.
But it's not just about timing. The system has some really clever built-in features to maintain social balance and prevent any one group from getting too powerful. Let's see how they do it.
Okay, so it's based on this principle of duality. Society is split into two halves. You can think of them as two teams that take turns being in power. But here's the really clever part. A father and son can never be on the in-power team at the same time. This guarantees a generational gap in leadership, which is just a natural built-in check on power. The system was also an incredibly powerful tool for building a bigger, stronger community. When newcomers arrived, instead of seeing them as a threat, the original Gedeo lineages used the Balei system to bring them right into the fold. They literally shared power, turning potential outsiders into full members of the Gedeo people. What a recipe for unity, right? Not conflict.
And you know, this whole idea wasn't totally unique to the Gedeo. As you can see on this slide, their neighbors, the Kanso, have a similar system, but they've adapted it in all these different ways. Some groups have 18-year terms, others have 5 or 10. It just goes to show you that this model of generational power sharing was a flexible and pretty widespread concept in this part of the world.
Okay, so we've looked at the political and social machinery. Now let's see what that machine actually produces. That incredible, sustainable landscape that got the whole world's attention.
This right here is the most important connection to understand. In the Balei system, you just can't separate politics from ecology. Governing the people and caring for the land are the exact same job. The health of the community is tied directly, and I mean directly, to the health of the forest.
And this is where it happens on the ground, the Songo. These are sacred open-air courts where elders resolve disputes. They don't use a thick book of statutes. They rely on customary law, the sirera. It's justice that is local, it's accessible, and it's deeply, deeply rooted in their culture.
And their whole idea of justice is just very different from ours. It's not about winning or losing. The goal is to restore harmony. Elders use wisdom, stories, proverbs, all of it to bring people together, not to drive them apart. It's about healing the community, not just punishing an individual.
So with all the changes in the modern world, you have to ask,
How has this ancient system even survived? Well, the answer is a story of just incredible resilience.
This timeline shows a history of struggle and survival. I mean, look at this. It was threatened by conquest in the 1890s. The Gedeo people fought a major rebellion just to protect it in the 1950s. After being suppressed for decades, it was officially brought back in the 1990s. And all that struggle, it led to its recognition by the entire world in 2023. What a powerful story of a culture just refusing to die.
But hey, this system isn't frozen in time. It's facing modern pressures, from population growth to a changing economy. Today, it might not be the only form of government, but it's still the social glue that holds the community together, especially when it comes to resolving conflicts peacefully.
And that brings us right back to where we started. In a world struggling with political polarization, with leaders who refuse to leave office, what can we learn from a society that sees the transfer of power not as a crisis, but as a natural, healthy, and totally necessary cycle? The Gedeo offer us a different way to think about power itself, not as something to be held onto for dear life, but as a responsibility to be passed on. It's a radical idea for sure, and one that's really worth thinking about.